Hey, welcome back to our channel, Tea Times for Two, Golf Travel for Couples. Hey, I'm Scott, and I spent the past 40 years as a high school football and golf coach. And my wife Cheryl and I now spend our free time traveling around the golfing world trying to find the best golf resorts and golf courses for couples. And we like to share our experiences on this channel for other couples out there who are trying to find the best places to play and stay.
In today's episode, we're going to rate our top 5 courses in the central area of the Grand Strand. So stay tuned.
Here we go. Welcome back. As we begin our series on Myrtle Beach area, I'm going to start by saying I've been to Myrtle Beach since 1985, I guess, and taken many trips out there since. And I've played over 100 courses, including several that don't exist anymore. Some great classics like Marsh Harbor and Heather Glen, Robbers Roost, Gator Hole, Deer Track, Possum Trot, the Witch, and Farmstead, which you played when you went. During COVID, I taught Cheryl here how to play golf, and we took a couple of trips since then, I guess, to Myrtle Beach. In fact, one time we stayed the whole month and we played 33 rounds in 30 days. That will test a marriage.
COVID. It's during COVID, I think. Right? Made the best out of that summer.
Yes,
Absolutely.
we did.
So in this series, we will start off by ranking each of the top 5 courses in each section of Myrtle Beach. And we base them on playability, course layout, value, aesthetics, and then we'll take each course and rank it individually. Today, though, we're going to be looking at the top 5 in the central area of the Grand Strand.
But before we get into the courses that made the cut and made our top 5, we want to talk about a couple that just missed out and made honorable mention. The first of which being Legends Parkland. Now, I'm an absolute big fan of the Legends. Loved all the 3 courses there and Heritage and Oyster Bay. But of the 3 courses at the Legends complex itself, this one was more tree lined than the other 2 and more Parkland. That's why they call it Parkland course. So I didn't enjoy it as much as the other, but it was rated as Golf Digest Best Places to Play in 2009. They gave them 4 stars. There's water on 12 holes. It's probably of the 3, it's the easiest of the 3. So if we go back, this will be probably the one that Cheryl will probably enjoy the most because she likes tree line courses. And it is shorter than the others. So I think it's a lot easier. The green complexes are a lot easier. So it just missed out making our top 5. And then I couldn't leave off Arrowhead Country Club, which is 27 holes designed by Raymond Floyd, Hall of Fame golfer Raymond Floyd. And the holes run along the Intercoastal Waterway just as you cross over on 501 there. The routings, depending on which of the 27 holes you play, run from anywhere from 4,600 to 6,600. So it's not really long. It's a good course for women or higher handicap players. It's always been in great condition. We played absolutely love Arrowhead, but it just was a little short of making our top 5. All right, so let's get started. Coming in at number 5 on our list of top 5 golf courses in the central area of Myrtle Beach would be Wild Wing Avocet. Now, it's a 27-hole complex off Highway 501, the 18-hole Avocet, and the 9-hole Hummingbird. But when I played it the very first time, I believe it was 36 holes. It might even been more. And they've since built houses out there, and they've dropped it down to the 18-hole Avocet and 9-hole Hummingbird, because I know Hummingbird was at least 18 holes back then.
Yeah, and this course was designed by a 3-time champion, Larry Nelson.
Major champion.
Major champion.
Yes, and a fellow Atlantan like me. So you got to get my homeboy in there giving credit. The course has double greens, double fairways. It's got drivable par 4s. It's got liberal use of mounds all over the place to keep your tee shots in play, and undulating greens. So I really love it.
Yeah, and this is one of my personal favorites because of the wide fairways right off the tee.
Yeah, and the mounds kind of help keep tee
Nice.
shots in play
Yeah.
on a lot of the holes.
Drivers playing
It's not
today.
short course. It runs from 5,200 yards from the front all the way back to 7,100 yards from the tips. It's got 3 really tough holes to finish, 16, 17, and 18. Long, tough golf holes to finish.
Yeah, and there's a full service restaurant, clubhouse, pro shop, and it's all very modern design.
Yeah, it's kind of unique. It's
It's
kind
really
of a
neat.
real modern look to it out there. And it's kind of its own housing addition just as you're coming into town on 501. In fact, before you even get into town, out toward Myrtle Beach National. It's right out there by Myrtle Beach National. So I absolutely love Wild Wing. Next on our list, coming in at number 4 of the top 5 golf courses in the central area of Myrtle Beach would be Grand Dunes Golf Club, opened in 2001. This 18-hole course is open for public play, but they also have a private 18 club as well that's just down. In fact, there's a Del Webb retirement community there, and on one end you've got the private course, and on the other end you've got the resort course, hotel and condos that you can stay in there, so you can stay and play as well.
Yeah, and this course was actually recently voted the best course to play in Myrtle Beach.
Oh yeah, most of the hole, or a lot of the holes, are located on the Intercoastal Waterway, so you can watch the boats go by all there. So you got some great views. So Grand Dunes has some of the widest fairways and some of the biggest greens that you're going to see, which I really like. That tells you the club has money because the greens are bigger and they have to maintain more greens, which is nice. I like that.
It even has 5 holes on the Intercoastal Waterway.
Yeah, some very pretty holes there. Some par 3s and par 4s, even a par 5 that run along the waterway there. You can watch the boats go down the waterway. They've recently made massive renovations to the course. The greens, the fairways, the bunkers, the clubhouse, all of it. They redid all of it. And they took a terrific course and made it even better. And I can't wait till we go back out and we can play it again because I want to see all the changes that they've made since then, including they added a whole new restaurant, an Italian restaurant, Terrazza, 19, I believe it is. It's getting rave reviews. So
we definitely have to try.
Definitely have to try that. Yeah.
And this one also has 6 sets of tees, and they range anywhere from 5,300 to 7,600 yards. So that makes it one of the longest in the Myrtle Beach area.
Yeah, if you want to play bad boy from the tips, it is one of the longest on the Grand Strand. And even though it's long for women at 5,300, because you can play some in the Strand that are 4,000 yards, that you enjoyed your round there because it was in great shape even before they did all the renovations to it. So one of our favorites out there. And it's a neat community right there.
Yes.
Our people.
Our people.
All right, coming in at number 3 on our list of top 5 courses in the central area of Myrtle Beach would be the Legends Moorland course. This is an 18-hole PB die design golf course. Runs anywhere from 4,800 yards to 6,700 yards. Of the 3 at the Legends there itself, it's probably the toughest of the 3. Featuring typical PB and Pete die golf course with expansive mounding, railroad ties, deep bunkers, pot bunkers all over the place, undulating greens, waste areas everywhere that you would associate with Pete and PB die. In fact, it's been said it's very reminiscent of PGA West Stadium course, which is one of the most difficult courses you can play. It's got a lot of elevated greens. You got some 20-foot deep bunkers on it place. So it plays really, really difficult.
And this course was rated by Golf Week as the number 6 best course you can play in South Carolina.
Yeah, it was rated the top 50 toughest courses in America by Golf Digest in 2007. So it's not an easy golf course. Golf Digest gave it 4.5 stars even. When you first start playing, it's very intimidating visually. Like some Pete Dye courses, it's got some holes you're going to be like, wow, don't go there on it. So beautiful golf course. I thoroughly enjoy it because I'm a big fan of Pete PB Dye. The practice area at the Legends is the best, second to none in Myrtle Beach. It's better than even than the TPC Myrtle Beach. It's massive practice area. It's a circular driving range and practice area that is just humongous. So if you love hitting balls, working on your game, this is the place. Their golf academy is exceptional. It's highly rated. The restaurant, in fact, the restaurant's part of your green fees. Lunch or breakfast is part of your green fees out there. So it's great.
Yeah, and we love all 5 of the courses in the Legends group, and we played them all several times, and we highly recommend the Legends
Oh,
group.
yeah. From Oyster Bay up north
Mhm.
with all the gators
Yeah.
and the holes on the marsh to the 3 here, and then to Heritage Club in south in Pawleys Island. Gorgeous golf courses. So you can't go wrong with any one of the 5. Coming in at number 2 on our list is the Dunes Golf and Beach Club. That's a Robert Trent Jones Sr. design located beachside in Myrtle Beach. The tees run from 4,700 yards all the way back to 7,400 yards from 6 different sets of tees. And it's been consistently ranked in the top 100 golf courses you can play in various different publications.
Yeah, and this course has been the host of the Myrtle Beach Golf Classic on the PGA Tour, as well as previous host of the Champions and the LPGA Tours.
Yep. Yeah, and this course is a little different if you haven't been to Myrtle Beach before, and you want to play this because they play the tour events there. To play, you have to play with a member, or you have to stay in a member affiliated hotel or resort. So that's how I got to play it. Cheryl hasn't played this one yet, so you're going to stay. I think the first time I went in '85, my father and I stayed at the Dunes Resort and got to play it. So to play it, that's what you have to do, and it's not cheap. It's probably the most expensive one in the Grand Strand.
Mm.
Some of my favorite holes on the Dunes Golf and Beach Club, 11, 12, and 13, holes that run along the marsh and the water. Those are absolutely terrific holes. Absolutely love them. Um, Again, I played this my first trip out there and enjoyed it. However, I don't think it's as good a course as some of the other options you got in the Grand Strand that are even cheaper, especially for the price that they're charging you here. I know it gets a lot of high ratings and all this from the different publications, but I've played a lot better golf courses around the world, and I have some in the Strand that I like even more than this. So it's one of the oldest, and it's been host to these tours, so it gets a lot of great press for that. So if you're into that, this will be your kind of place. But don't expect it to be as pretty as some of the other golf courses that you're going to play in the Grand Strand. It doesn't have quite, other than the few holes along the marsh and the beach area right there. And finally, our number 1 golf course in the central area of Myrtle Beach is the Legends Heathland course. It's opened in 1991. It's a Tom Doak design, and I am a huge fan of Tom Doak's design. Played Pacific Dunes out at Bandon Dunes and Old Mac at Bandon Dunes. He also designed Cabot Highlands, which is going to be one of our next golf trips up in Nova Scotia. Stream Song Blue in Florida. Absolutely love his designs. Can't rave enough about Tom Doak design.
Yeah, and this particular course has been rated one of the top 10 new resort courses in the world by Golf Magazine.
Yep, and it was voted the best public access golf courses you can play in South Carolina. It's also been rated in the top 100 in Golf Digest when it first came out. So it's been a highly rated golf course. One of my favorites on the Grand Strand. Visually, it looks a lot like Pacific Dunes and Old Mac if you take away the Pacific Ocean that you're not looking at all day. It's got very distinct mounding. He's got tall grasses, big fairways, deep bunkers. But the difficulty of the Heathland golf course is it's so open, it's the wind. When the wind picks up here, it can play havoc on this golf course because there's nothing protecting it from it.
The undulating greens. They're not quite as severe as a sister course, the Moorland
Yeah,
course.
Moorland's good. Those are greens are on steroids compared to these. But yeah, they have some big breakers on this, like you would see at Pacific Dunes or Old Mac. Old Mac.
Oh,
Whew.
yeah.
Buried elephants on those greens. Holes 7 through 13, I think, are masterpieces in design. When we do our review of the Heathland course, I'll show you these. I just think they're absolutely masterpieces because it gives you many ways you can play the holes. There's not one set way to play each hole. Of the 3 at the Legends Complex, this is the one that I would play every day or could play every day and never get tired of it, simply because there's so many different options you have with each hole to play it many different ways. Very reminiscent of Pacific Dunes out at Bandon. If you've seen our Bandon series, you know how much I love Pacific Dunes, and I think it's second only in the world compared next to the old course at St. Andrews because there's so many different ways to play it. You can play it 100 times in a row and see something different every time. And I think Heathland's that way here in Myrtle Beach. So there you have it, our top 5 courses in the central area of Myrtle Beach in the Grand Strand. So please share your top 5 with us in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think about our top 5 and what you think are the top 5 courses in the central area of Myrtle Beach.
And remember, if you like this content, please hit like and subscribe below so that we can keep providing more videos of golf courses for couples who love to play golf and travel.
And check back next week as we go to my favorite area of the Grand Strand, the South End, and we rate our top five courses in the South End of Myrtle Beach. And can keep coming back week after week as we're going to rate each individual golf course in Myrtle Beach that we played, which is numbering near 100, I guess, that I played over the years.
And check out all our other series that we have all over the world, including our Caribbean series, our Cabo series, Las Vegas,
Scottsdale,
Bandon
Dunes, and other places around the world that we've played and we'd like to share with couples like us. So we'll see you on the first tee someday.
Hit them straight.